Hello everyone, welcome to history class. In today's video, we are going to start lesson 1 of civics, the legislature, union and states. The main objectives of the lesson are: you will come to know about the parliament, functions of the government, division of responsibilities between central and state governments, the union legislature, the Lok Sabha, the Rajya Sabha, powers and functions of the parliament and the state legislature. The topic of the day is introduction of the work of the government and the parliament, and the main objectives of today's topic are to know about the different levels of the government in India and the union legislature. Before discussing today's topic, let us discuss new words related to it. New words: government, a group of people who governs the country; the parliament or Sansad, the law-making body of the country; democracy, a government of the people, for the people and by the people; laws, rules made by the government; citizens, people who were born and live in a particular country. Before starting the reading, we must know which type of government is there in India and at what level it works. We all know that India is a democratic country and there is a parliamentary system of government. But have you thought of this? What is a parliamentary system of government? In India, we have Prime Minister, but why there is no Prime Minister in USA? Because in USA, there is presidential system of government. And in India, there is parliamentary system of government. In a parliamentary system of government, the Prime Minister holds the ruling power, whereas in a presidential government, the President holds the ruling power. All these questions will lead us to conclude that every country has a different system or form of government. The parliamentary system of government developed primarily in England, and the England Constitution is an unwritten constitution. There, the governance is carried out in accordance with traditions, customs, and conventions. The British Parliament is an institution that has evolved over a period of time. The parliamentary system of government, having its roots in Parliament, is considered as a contribution of England. India has adopted this parliamentary system from England. And we all know that India is a vast country. It has 28 states and 9 union territories. It is also the country of immense diversities. People of India speak different languages and follow different customs and religions. And different regions have their specific needs and problems. It would be very difficult to solve all these problems sitting at one place. So, to work more efficiently, our government functions at 3 levels. And the 3 levels of the Indian government are the central government, state government, and local self-government. The central government is the government working at central or union level. It deals with matters of national importance such as defense, foreign affairs, national finance, railways, postal services, etc. And the state government is the government working at the state level. It looks after the issues at the state level like maintaining law and order, providing education, transport, health services, etc. in the state. And the third is local self-government. The local self-government is the government working at the local level. It deals with local problems or needs. The local people elect their own representatives to form a local government of the area in which they live. Now, I hope the 3 levels of the Indian government are clear to you. And in this lesson, we will be discussing about the central government and the state government in detail. The body that governs India at the center, that is India's union legislative, and is also known as the Parliament. Now, let us read from the book. Indian Parliament or Sansad is the manifestation of the faith that Indians have in the values of democracy, that is, involvement of the people in decision making and the government. Parliament is a congregation of elected representatives. Means in a parliamentary form of government, the parliament is supreme and represents the people. It makes laws and exercises political authority on behalf of the people. It is a medium of expressing the needs of the citizens, their apprehensions and expectations. Apprehensions means understandings and expectations means beliefs. Means the parliament is an assembly of elected representatives, and the representatives are elected directly or indirectly by the people. The parliament makes the laws and makes use of the political power on people's behalf, and it acts as a medium of expressing the needs of its citizens. The main functions of the parliament are to conduct debates, to make and change laws, and to check the work of the government. The parliament is named differently in different countries. Like in Japan, it is known as Diet. USA, it is called Congress. In Russia, it is known as Duma. India, we call it Sansad. Afghanistan, it is known as by the name of the National Assembly. And in Nepal, the parliament is called Pratinidhi Sabha. And the legislature of the union government or the central government is known as the parliament. And the parliamentary system of India is a system of governance. We can see some broad similarities in the parliamentary system of England and the parliamentary system of India. But when we looked at an institutional level, the Indian parliamentary system is different in its content. Now, let us understand characteristics of the Indian Parliament. The Indian Parliament is composed of the President and the two houses, the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. The Lok Sabha is the lower house of the Parliament and the Rajya Sabha is the upper house of the Parliament. Now, let us read from the book, The Union Legislature. The Union Legislature is also known as the Parliament, and in easy words we can say that the Parliament is the law-making body of the country. It is the supreme law-making body of our nation. It is the most significant symbol of our democracy. The Lok Sabha, lower house, the Rajya Sabha, upper house, and the President together form the Parliament. About the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, we will discuss in detail in our next video. To conclude, we can say that the President of India and the Parliament, which consists of two houses, namely Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, form the central government or the union government. The central government makes laws for the whole country and sees to the implementation of the laws made. Now I hope today's topics are clear to you, and your homework is to learn the related terms and try to solve the related back exercises.